Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, An Insight, Episode 104. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In this chapter, Hemant Panji has explicated the Leelas of how Bala Sahib Mirikar, Babu Sahib Booty, Amir Shakkar and Hemant Pant have been rescued from serpent bites by the Supreme God Sai Baba. In the previous episode, we heeded to the beautiful description given by Hemant Panji on the divine form of Sri Sainath Maharaj. Baba, by his sitting posture, depicts that if you want to see my light, be egoless, most humble, and meditate on my toe through the opening between the two branches, index and middle fingers, and then you will be able to see my light. This is the easiest means of attaining devotion. In this connection, let us recall chapter 19 of Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, wherein Baba spoke to Hemant Pant after he returned to Dwarakamai, listening to the story of Radhabai Deshmukh from Shama. Remember this story well, and it will be very useful. To get the realization of the self, dhyana is necessary. If you practice it continuously, the vrittis, that is thoughts, will be pacified. Being quite desireless, you should meditate on the Lord, who is in all the creatures, and when the mind is concentrated, the goal will be achieved. Meditate always on my formless nature, which is knowledge incarnate, consciousness and bliss. If you cannot do this, meditate on my form from top to toe as you see here night and day. Devotees, please listen attentively. Baba has uttered these words directly to Hemant Panji. Hence, Hemant Panji suggests that there is no other method to attain the supreme goal of life except meditating on the holy feet of Sri Sai Baba. Though there are two aspects of God, the unmanifested Nirgun and the manifested Sagun, the Nirgun is formless, while the Sagun is with form. However, both denote the Brahman. Worshipping God with form is the easiest way to instill faith and devotion. It is a way of acknowledging the omniscience and omnipresence of God. When the image of God is installed in the house or in temples, that place immediately gets sanctified and becomes an abode of gods. The pratimas or idols of gods also serve as objects of concentration and meditation. Worshipping the destructible forms of God remind us of our own impermanence, temporariness of the world, and the need to work for our liberation. Worshipping the form of God is a very powerful technique to cultivate purity and to connect to the deity. Thus, Baba encouraged the devotees to worship his form. Though he looked embodied, he was disembodied and was omnipresent. His all-pervasiveness and omniscience were daily experienced by his devotees. Hemant Panji expounds the greatness of Baba's toe thus: Baba, Great is the glory of this big toe. Becoming Veni Madhava yourself, you made the Ganga and the Yamuna appear and satisfied Dashganu. Devotees might recall the fourth chapter of Sri Sai Satcharitra, in which Dashganu asked for permission to bathe at the Prayag. He was told by Baba, "Know that this, my toe, is the Prayag. Believe in this and have a dip here." As soon as Baba said this, Dashganu put his head on Baba's feet, and the waters of Ganga and Yamuna both appeared at the spot from his two toes. Dashganu was overjoyed, and he composed a song on that Leela with the words Agatita Leela Agada Shakti, which means boundless is your power and marvelous your deeds. This Leela has been illustrated in Sri Sai Satcharitra, chapter 4, when streams of holy Ganga and Yamuna flowed from the toes of the Parabrahman. Instantaneously, poetic verses flowed from the mouth of Dashganu Maharaj. Therefore, like spotting the crescent moon between two branches, merciful Mother Sai, by keeping the index and the middle fingers on the toe of his foot, shows a simple way of meditation to his devotees. This also emphasizes that to be most humble before everyone, concentrate on the toe. This is a very easy way of devotion. Now, Hemat Panji is glorifying the attributes of Baba in the 36th OV of chapter 22 thus. One could count the drops of rain, tie the wind in a leather bag, but how can one measure his powers? The author says that the qualities of the Guru is unfathomable, and he is never convinced with his descriptions, as nothing can expound the potentialities of the Guru completely. This OV reminisces a poem sung by the famous poet Bharadiyar in the Kullachami song that expounds the glory of a great incarnation, Pujya Sri Jnanananda Giri Swamigal. He was lovingly known as Kullachami, an embodiment of God, lived in a place known as Tapovanam in Kadalur district. Bharadiyar was baffled at the enigmatic glory of the great yogi and sang thus: ஞாயிற்றை சங்கிலியால் அளக்கலாமோ, ஞானகுரு புகழினை நாம் வகுக்கலாமோ, ஆயிரம் நூல் கூறிடினும் முடிவுறாதாம், ஐயன் அவன் புகழினை நான் சுருங்கச் சொல்வேன். Meaning, can the sun be measured using chains? Even that might be possible. But the glory of this great Guru can't be sung to heart's content. Even thousands of books are insufficient to sing his greatness. Hence, let me concise and narrate it here, says Mahakavi Bharadiyar. Such is the glory of the Almighty. It is immeasurable and incomprehensible. Everything that is created by the Lord is vast. The sky has no limits. There is no end to the ocean. The earth is so spacious. The creatures on the earth are innumerable. Similarly, the attributes of the Lord are unfathomable. Whenever we sighted the sky or ocean or the mountains, our mind becomes calm without any efforts. This is because the nature of the mind is to merge with that vastness which is the Supreme One. Whereas, after a certain point of time, all the man-made amenities will make us tired and boring, unlike the nature, the gift of God. Hemat Panji, with all humility, says, Baba, nothing pleases me than your darshan. I feel that I should ever keep your divine form in front of my eyes and always meditate on it. The only path to achieve the goal of happiness is to ever meditate at your feet. Your posture and your form are so pleasing to our eyes. While you are seated on your seat, it's a great joy for the devotees to have your darshan. They bow down their heads at your feet. Behold the divine form, which is the true immortal form of the gods, in which all the essence is in one place, and as the devotees glimpse at this majestic form, all their sins are annihilated. Just by being in your presence, their wavering mind attains peace and happiness. Hemat Panji is now narrating the Leelas through which Baba saved his devotees from mishaps in time. Baba was always concerned about the safety and welfare of his devotees. He was ever vigilant, gave them timely warning, and rescued them from dangers. This chapter describes few such leelas that explicates Baba's omniscience, omnipotence, and all pervasiveness. They also strengthen the faith of the listeners and give them the pleasure of being in the divine company of Sai. In this connection, let us heed to the story of Bala Sahib Mirikar. Mirikar is their family name and he was the son of Gaga Sahib Mirikar. Listeners are aware that many devotees of Baba have similar names. To avoid any confusion, at this instance, I would like to clarify on the names Gaga Sahib, Nana Sahib, Bala Sahib, and Babu Sahib. These titles, Gaga, Nana, Bala, and Babu, are usually not real names, but are given as a mark of reverence to them. Kaka and Nana might mean uncle or an elderly person with respect. Likewise, younger ones are lovingly called as Bala and Babu. The Mirikars were ardent devotees of Baba and came for Sainath Maharaj's darshan during the early years of his advent to Shiradi. Shiradi was a hamlet in the Ahmednagar district. This, being a remote village, was not even marked in the map of Maharashtra, as it barely had a population of 300 or 400 people. At present, the taluk headquarters of Shiradi is Rahata, which is just 6 kilometers away from Shiradi, whereas in olden days, Chitali was the assigned taluk headquarters of Shiradi and was few kilometers farther from Rahata. So from Shiradi, it might be around 10 to 15 kilometers far away. Kopargaon is situated in Ahmednagar district, and in the past years, people visiting Shiradi must reach Kopargaon railway station by train, and from there they would hire a tonga to go to Shiradi for Baba's darshan. Whereas couple of years back, a railway station was constructed at Sainagar in Shiradi, which is about 3 kilometers away from Shiradi Sai Samadhi Mandir. And Shiradi Sai Baba Sansthan Trust operates free buses from station to temple, whereas these facilities were not available to devotees many years ago, and the only route to reach Shiradi by train was to alight at Kopargaon railway station and then reach Shiradi by a tonga, or to stop at Manmad, which was still farther from Shiradi. Devotees, there is a reason for citing all these details here. You will understand the connection to the story of the Mirikars as you continue to listen. Gaga Sahib Mirikar is the father of Bala Sahib Mirikar. Both father and son were fervent devotees of Baba. Gaga Sahib Mirikar was actively involved in social and political affairs. He was very popular and given the honor of Sardar by the English government. He was well known as Sardar Gaga Sahib Mirikar and was residing in Ahmednagar. The house of the Mirikars is a significant place as many interesting events took place in this house. As far this chapter is concerned, the most ardent devotee of Baba, Hari Sitaram Dikshit, alias Gaga Sahib Dikshit, went to Shiradi from this house. Yes, Baba pulled Dikshit to Shiradi, tried and tested his Guru Bhakti, portrayed his unswerving faith and determination to the world, and made him his most fervent devotee. The Leelas related to all these wonderful incidences will be discussed in the coming episodes. As always, Baba's ways are inexplicable. As a part of his divine sport, the Supreme Lord Sai Baba pulled Hari Sitaram Dikshit to this house of the Miracles in the guise of election campaigning, which the Miracles and Dikshit were involved. Sardar Gaga Sahib Mirikar was very popular and was actively participating in the politics. Similarly, Hari Sitaram Dikshit was a famous lawyer and was vigorously involved in public, social, municipal, and political activities. He was very patriotic and self-sacrificing man. In connection with some council election, Dikshit went to the house of Sardar Gaga Sahib Mirikar as he was also engaged in the activities related to these elections. Moreover, a horse exhibition was held in Ahmednagar, and all the rich people and many horse vendors usually come to see those exhibitions. They also let their horses participate in these competitions as they feel proud in winning such shows. Usually, these exhibitions consist of a series of different performances wherein a group of horses with similar characteristics compete against one another for awards and often prize money. Imported horses and variety of horse breeds were exhibited there. Gaga Sahib Dikshit had also gone to see this exhibition. Gaga Sahib Dikshit had heard the glories of Sri Sainath Maharaj from Nana Sahib Chandorkar and was enthusiastically waiting for an opportunity to go to Shiradi. Sai, the wire puller of this universe, skillfully drew out the plan to bring Dikshit to Shiradi by sending Shama to Mirikar's house. Dikshit was eagerly waiting to go to Shiradi for Baba's darshan, whereas Sardar Gaga Sahib Mirikar and Bala Sahib Mirikar were very busy with the election campaign, so they could not accompany Dikshit to Shiradi, but was waiting for a right person and opportune moment to send Dikshit to Shiradi. Devotees, we have listened to innumerable Leelas of Sai, which explicates Baba's keenness to meet us. If we earnestly wish to have Baba's darshan and proceed one step towards Baba, then Baba would make all arrangements and be 10 steps ahead of us to lead us to him. The same was experienced by Dikshit in this instance also. Baba made all preparations to draw Dikshit to Shiradi. Yes, now listen and wonder the divine play of Sainath Maharaj. Suddenly, Shama's father-in-law fell ill and Shama received a telegram, so he rushed to Ahmednagar to visit him. Surprisingly, when he reached his father-in-law's house, he found him hale and healthy, so decided to return to Shiradi. By then, Mirikars came to know about Shama's arrival in Ahmednagar, and Sardar Gaga Sahib Mirikar invited Shama to his house, conveyed Hari Sitaram Dikshit's eagerness to have Sai's darshan, and requested him to take him to Shiradi along with him. Isn't this amazing? The most compassionate Baba sent his closest devotee Shama from Shiradi to Ahmednagar to bring Dikshit. The pace at which Dikshit was drawn to Shiradi was astounding. As it is said, Yata Bhava Tata Anubhava. Depending on the earnestness and devotion of a devotee, Baba will respond and bless them with his divine experiences and pull them to his darbar. Hari Sitaram Dikshit was earning for Baba's darshan, and Baba acknowledged that by sending his own messenger to bring him to his divine abode. Now listen to another marvelous sport played by Baba for Dikshit. Megha, an ardent devotee of Baba, had a portrait of Sri Sainath Maharaj and worshipped that picture every day in Shiradi. The glass frame of that life size portrait broke, and so he had given it to the Mirikers to get it repaired and requested to bring it along with them as and when they come to Shiradi for Sai Baba's darshan. When Shama and Dikshit were about to leave, the Mirikers brought that beautiful portrait of Baba, which they have framed upon the request of Megha, as mentioned above, and entrusted it to Shama for him to take it along with him to Shiradi. This divine portrait was wrapped, and as soon as they unveiled the cover to show it to Shama, Dikshit, who was present there, got the blessing to see the most spectacular portrait of Baba and was awestruck. It was a life-size portrait, and Dikshit felt as though Baba was literally standing in front of him and has come personally to take him to Shiradi. Baba's eyes were so real, and Dikshit was in horripilation. Immediately, heart to heart, he thanked Baba for blessing him with his divine darshan in Ahmednagar at Miriker's house in picture form, even before he could come to Shiradi to visit him. Consequently, Dikshit accompanied Shama to have his first darshan of Sainath Maharaj. This is one of the reasons why the Miriker's house was significant. Devotees, first, Baba made Dikshit to come to Ahmednagar, then sent his devotee Shama there to bring Dikshit. Next, he appeared in the picture form to bless Dikshit in the place where he was stationed. What an amazing God Sai Baba would be! How enthusiastically he had made all these preparations to bring his devotee to Shiradi. How blessed Dikshit must be! May we all plead our Sainath Maharaj to give all of us the same earning as that of Dikshit to meet him. Then I am certain our Sai will draw us towards him swiftly in a mysterious way and bless all of us abundantly ever. It is never an easy task to get a seat in the train without reservations. Now, Shama's arrival at Ahmednagar was unexpected, and if Dikshit must accompany him to Shiradi, he needs a ticket to travel along with him. Both reached the railway station and bought a third-class ticket. The crowd was overflowing in the station. Though Dikshit was a famous and affluent one, he was prepared to get into the third-class compartment of the train. The compartment was jam-packed, and while Dikshit and Shama were about to board the train, a miracle occurred. What was that Leela of Baba? How did that strengthen the faith of Dikshit upon Baba? How was Bala Sahib Miracle rescued by Baba? All these fascinating Leelas will be discussed in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.